Welcome back to the Xfinity Analyst Desk. It is time to dive right into this Liquid and Luminosity matchup. Of course, my name is Trey Stunnasaranthus here with Pimp and Vendetta. We're going to try to break it down for you guys just a little bit. And what was a rather, dare I say, one-sided affair in some ways. It looked like Liquid got off to a great start on the T side. So with that, you know, already going uphill if you are Luminosity.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was going to be an uphill struggle regardless, considering the map, I think. It was a bit of a given going into it. But yeah, obviously Liquid getting off to a great start, winning Pistol, and then setting things off. In addition to not having a Yell that's actually firing on all cylinders for once for Luminosity, that definitely helped them off. He did kind of get things going a little bit towards the end of the first half, and that's more or less what salvaged the half for Luminosity in many ways. But as you can see, once we step over to the second half, it kind of goes back into the same track as the first one started off, and it's just Liquid controlling the pace and pretty much taking what they want.
This is one of those, I'd say, rare cases where you can just narrow it down to basically firepower. You had both Nitro, you had Nefly, you had Leash, you know, showing up and having a great KDR, all of them putting above 90 ADR as well, additional damage per round. So a lot of them just fired up. You know, not even Twist was needed for Liquid in this one, who has been their best player as of recently. So
by far,
Liquid have just been, you know, too good individually for Luminosity in this one. And you said it, Yell didn't have a great game, neither did Chell. He was okay, but not better than that. And when you go up against a team like Liquid, where you are the underdogs, you need to have your star players and your good players to deliver on an even higher level than normally. And when you have both of them, you know, being the bottom fraggers, then there's no hope for them. It literally felt like Liquid was in full control the entire time. And even though it says double digits, it could easily have been 16-5, 16-6. It was a controlled match by Liquid.
Yeah, there was never a point where Luminosity were in the driver's seat. There was never a point where they had that commanding sort of, hey, we've got this. I mean, there was a glimpse of it. They did grab the first or the second pistol, but even then they weren't able to capitalize. So ultimately, if we switch gears now and going into Cbble, I believe is our next map. That is exactly right. We're going into Cbble. Do we see that perhaps they could have it a little bit better put together?
Yes, definitely so. Again, we keep talking about how Cbble is. It's always surprising to us when we see Cbble being left in when Luminosity plays, because it's kind of their go-to map in pretty much any sort of scenario, and I think it's not going to be any different in this case. They are going up against a team who are, again, well-versed on the map by all means, but this is kind of where Luminosity looks to sneak a map away from pretty much all the top dogs in the standings if they can do this versus, you know, Cloud9, Liquid, and SK, like all those things. Obviously, they have stolen the map away from SK already in this season, but, you know, this is kind of the map that go to every single time.
And that's what's going to be so interesting about this one, because I feel we finally get to see these two teams playing on their home ground. Because don't fool yourself, Liquid is also very good on Cobblestone. That's one of their most favorite maps and one of the maps they feel very comfortable on. So we get to see a match now where both LG, obviously as you said, you know, you mentioned it out, already beat SK on Cobblestone, very familiar with Cobblestone, and usually there where they get their points. Whereas Liquid are a great Cobblestone team too as well. So we actually get to see two teams going up against each other on you know, familiar ground where they're both equally good, you would say so, and we get to see like how big of a difference it actually is between these two teams when you narrow it down to just one map where both feel comfortable instead of having overpass, which is more like a little bit back and forth, where you know Liquid is the better team before going into the match even.
This certainly could be a story of confidence. I mean, that could be the deal breaker.
Momentum as well when you talk about Cobblestone. Momentum is a very important thing when you play Cobblestone, because if you get to control the money, especially on the T side, you get to control the pace. That's something we talk about a lot when we talk about Cobblestone. If the LG guys can have a great start in that aspect, you know, control the game, control the pace, then we could see Liquid being on the back foot and you know, have to fight back from that. And that's not something Liquid are used to when they play Cobblestone. They're usually the ones in the driver's seat. So it's like two teams with the same style of play, you know, very fast, very methodically, and they want to have control. So we're going to see which one is going to get it first.
Speaking of a style of play, we know Cobblestone to be something that mainly all Brazilian CS teams have kind of excelled on. They've shown quite promise on this map for a while now. Why is that?
It's kind of hard to tell. I guess in one way, if you want to establish yourself on a map, Cbble is somewhat easier to get your grasp on the T side because it's so hard to play aggressive on the CT side. So you do actually allow yourself to be able to execute your thoughts and vision of the game much easier than you would on a different map. And maybe that's why they've gone to it. But yeah, if there was like an alma mater of a Brazilian Counter-Strike, it would be Cobblestone.
Would be Cobblestone. Well, that is exactly where we are. Liquid and Luminosity squaring off on Cobblestone. And I'm going to have to ask you guys for your predictions once more.
I think this one is going to be a close one. I really think LG are comfortable on cobblestone, so I think we're going to see double digits again, but it's going to be Liquid. They're just too good, and individual player for player, too much for LG to handle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be well-deserved double figures, or a much more hotly contested match, but in the end, Liquid are just a step above.
Well, let's actually ask the commentators now. They are going to be the ones here driving us through this matchup. We've got Harold Styles and Jason O'Toole. Now, guys, do we feel this one's going to have the same sort of tone to it?
Take it away.
just take it.
Yeah, I think Luminosity could take this one. You know, based on what we saw in the previous from Liquid.
Will they take this one?
Yeah, I'm going to say they will.
Put yourself out there, Harry.
I'm going to put myself in the firing line. Luminosity, they finally caused Liquid their first loss thus far here.
Would it be their first loss of the season?
Yeah, I think it is.
Liquid's undefeated.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
Liquid and NRG, your two favorite teams, Jason.
Y'all crazy. Well, let's get going. Let's get started. Freeze time is winding down, and just as I said that it resets to 15. Now it's live. Team Liquid taking on Luminosity. Starting on the CT side is the primarily North American roster. Looking to go 2-0 on the evening, and I think actually, I mean, if they're undefeated, they got to be up there like maybe the #1 seed, and I guess the team who'd be knocking on their door the closest is NRG, who we have facing off against Cloud9 in the next matches. You don't want to miss that. And Elish goes down instantly.
Yeah, he's found early on over here in mid. And that's now forced the rotation in from NAF. They boosted up Nitro here, and actually as a teammate accompanying him on this adventure, that's Steel here. As players coming his way, the bait and switch. Steel is going to go down, but now Nitro can do damage. Will they expect the second man? They do, and Cello going to go ahead and find himself the second of this round. 2 versus 4 for Liquid, and both players over here towards B. Twist playing in the Coop, and Naf down in Connector.
Just look how much time is left on the clock, though. Luminosity can just make Liquid second-guess everything. Utility out towards the B bomb site causes NAF to cheat over and be committed to defending the site. Meanwhile, PKL has made his way up all the way towards that A bomb site, moving all the way past the spammable wall. Defense, if you... Oh, okay. Well, NAF's here to stop him. NAF's here to shut him down. Jumping across does great damage onto Yell. 2 on 3. This is still a recoverable situation. It's going to be tough. No kit on Twist or on NAF, but they're at least here. And they need to find one more quickly. There's a player just outside the murder hole. There goes one player jumping out. They know one's in the bomb site, one's on the ramp. Where's the third? That's what Liquid's asking, and it might not matter. Great headshot from Twist. He can tap this defuse, but they need to find more kills. Out in the open. NAF cannot handle the player. There's the headshot, and the one left is remaining at the APC, but the bomb might be just too far gone. Twist isn't on it, and with no kit, he doesn't have time to get this kill, and that's going to be the round. Luminosity is going to win it, and Twist knows it. Despite some stellar headshots down the stretch for Team Liquid, not enough time. Luminosity going to go 1-0.
Yeah, some fantastic shots, though, as you said, from NAF and from Twist in that round. It was a 2 on 4, so a fairly monstrous performance to pull things back from them. Of course, no kit is their downfall. Now, the force could be coming in from Liquid. It's a pretty decent one at that. Nitro going to be up on the Scout. Twist, as a result of not getting tagged, has himself the UMP to work with.
And head armor as well. There's flashbang. Not sure if Nitro spotted Yell jumping across, but he's the only one here. Still peeking up towards mid. He's got Steel close up. It's going to be towards the B bomb site, but NAF, he gets blinded at a really bad moment, and Elish cannot get into cover. And Twist, yeah, the UMP and head armor is great, but this is not a position you want to find yourself in. Good kill. Immediately traded, and now Nitro and Steel have to start thinking of an escape route that is slowly being shut down by Yell. Tag here at the end for Nitro, but not a great chance of doing a whole lot.
Yeah, he's painting a few players up here and there, but now Yell's going to go ahead and emerge from the back line. And pressure's on for these players looking to try and save for Liquid. They have got, you know, still converging in. He goes ahead and spots Steel out over in mid, and Steel doesn't want to really chance this fight, give the money up. Nitro's going to go down, and Steel, he is literally surrounded here. Tucked away, you can't help but feel like he's going to be discovered. Oh, okay. How's he managed that?
Yeah, why
Yell and
not?
Neckers both go down. Steel is relentless in his commitments to try and save. He gets away with the CZ and farms up 2 rifles down there in mid.
Not able to salvage them, which obviously would have been the ideal scenario. Either way, some damage caused, some NAC-10s and UMP being purchased on the Luminosity side, trying to recoup some of those losses with the bonus kill reward. And this is much faster pace. Here we go. Flashbangs over the wall. Hit the bomb site, boys. Let's go. Elige, though, combined with NAF, they've got 2. MAC-10 salvaged. Elige, don't press your luck. Staying alive is the more important goal here, and Team Liquid have a 5-on-3. But it's just Nitro over here. There's a timing that Luminosity can hit that can allow them into the bomb site if they're fast enough. And Nitro now getting some support, but he's close up. He's got nowhere to fall back to, and with just a USP, you can't expect him to find a kill here. Maybe just an annoyance, a distraction perhaps. And here comes the utility. Molotov towards the bomb site. Nitro peeks his teammates there as well. That's Elige, but they both go down. 3-on-2, still recoverable, but the HP is just so low for Luminosity. It looks like Liquid might be able to grind another round out in their favor. Might be able to turn it around. Great headshot. Critical headshot to keep him alive in the follow-up. Showtime does it. All on NAF. This looked like Liquid was going to be able to turn it in their favor, and Showtime says no.
That was fantastic from those two. I mean, you look at how much damage was done over there at long, and it was these kills here from Showtime that hold that round back from the depths. It looked like it was spiraling down. But the only thing is, only 2 players surviving, and now kind of Luminosity. Easy Street is officially over. And the buy comes in now for Liquid. Rifles across the board, and aggression early on here in mid from Nitro. Hasn't spotted anything just yet. Players have progressed in through long. Now things get a little bit tricky here if you're Steel. He's in danger of being caught out. All comes down to luck of the draw in this sort of situation. He's going to go ahead and actually put the nade away as Nitro rotates on in. So they're going for this 2-man setup. Flash going to go over. Nitro is a flashback. Steel's forced to hold his own, and he does. Man advantage found for Liquid, and he successfully repels the attack from long for the time being. Ooh, although just as you kind of gird around that point off, Showtime back in with the trade.
That's got to be so frustrating. Everything was going just great for Team Liquid. The timing of that smoke really isolated Neckers from his teammates. And just some lucky spray from Showtime returns the favor, takes away all the advantage that Liquid gained. Running very low on utility. In fact, Nitro just has the 2 flashbangs at the same bomb site. And again, playing in a very similar position as last round. No man's land right against this fence. Flashbang out towards long. Gunfire gives away presence. He's still the only one here, though. 30 seconds left on the clock. Twist is going to be the man on the rotate, but can he get there in time? Nitro's not aware of this possibility. He hasn't checked mid. He's going to go down for free. Just now they're getting here, and actually PKL. That just took too long for them to get up. Now they attack. 1 player at APC, but he's taken down. That's the reinforcements in Nitro. Not long for this world. They know exactly where he is. And there's PKL with the pounce. Distracted by his teammate. Nitro can do nothing, and Team Liquid have to concede.
Yeah, and that's devastating. The push from PKL just doing so much work there. You know, misses the timing initially onto Nitro, but then makes up for it the second time around. And Liquid, they're going to try and hold on to these rifles. It's pretty important they do if they want to try and flip this script a little bit earlier. But Elige, he tries to spin his way out of that situation. Not really a good tactic. It works for, I can't remember if it's crocodiles or alligators. One of the 2. They spin when they get into trouble.
You mean, wait, what do you mean by spin?
Like, you know, roll, I guess.
That's how they kill their prey.
That is what they do.
They lock jaws and they torque the neck.
Yeah, the death roll. Of course, didn't really work out for Elige.
Don't know your crocodiles, do you, Harry?
I don't, no. Obviously, you're a big crocodile fan. Probably had them near where you grew up, Jason. I don't know if that's true.
It's not true at all, actually. They're nowhere near where I grew up. It's all right, though. You have to admire the attempt. Elige stands in the flame, but backs off. Steel's got a chance here if they don't clear this angle. There's the first player and uses all the bullets, cannot possibly double up. Beck is in showtime, piling it on as Elige tries to make the following play. It's looking like a great start to this half for Luminosity. 4-0, great chance to go 5-0. Naf with the M4 still not involved. He's rotated over towards A. It's not the worst guess considering how some of these rounds have played out for Luminosity. Really choosing to attack that bomb site in the mid-round towards the later stages. But at the moment, Twist and Naf feel no pressure. So now this is where they have to make the decision of where they want to gamble. It's looking like B is the answer. Although again, Luminosity just gonna bring the bomb over towards A. So nothing going right for Liquid, at least at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, these 50-50 chances have always sided with Luminosity, and PKL, despite being here alone, he looks to try and hammer this round home. And with a second, and now it's just Nitro left. He would love the opportunity to hold on to that M4. But PKL, oh, never mind. There you go. Gotta be able to get it the third time around. Luminosity in with a fifth. And now the buy can come back in for Team Liquid. They have enough to get the AWP and the Nitro, which they will do. That's their first port of call. We saw him go aggressive in mid in that fourth round buy. And you imagine we're going to see that replicated once again with the AWP here. He also has the spawn for it, which kind of reinforces that point even more. So we're just going to head there early on. Yell now has the AWP out for Luminosity, though. And yeah, Nitro will concede mid. He smokes it off and now plays it from the double door.
Took him a while on Overpass to kind of get into the game with the AWP, so they need him pretty quick here. See at times as well, Liquid loves to get aggressive here. There's the instant extinguish from PKL. That might actually temper the nerves of Liquid to push up here. The swing out the fight from Naf. A good win. PKL not ready for it whatsoever. So control of B and the hallway that leads towards platform. And still control of A halls. That smoke is going to deny a lot of information, and Nitro feels like he's got to back off, but does not want to abandon his wingman. We saw how that worked out with Iceman. And again, a slow crawl up this ramp, and I think it was just spotted out. Yeah, it was. That's Naf who does it. Nitro's there with the AWP, holding the line for his teammate. 40 seconds left, and again, this is just a fake. It's all a ruse. The flank comes in from B, or excuse me, from A, wraps around, but the B bomb site is open, and now Yell has an AWP on the angle. There's only 2 flashbangs as well. This can get dicey, but Elige's here. He's got to have a big round, and he does. Shrinks the player count down to 0, and no bomb plant as well.
Yeah, Lige is the real maverick. That is Liquid. And with their first round, they managed to get it on the board, and they keep it pretty clean at that. Yeah, I won't be too disappointed with that one. Buy still able to come in from Luminosity. 4 AKs up. Or for Yell. Pretty much everything they could possibly need. Well, the double up set up employed now for Liquid as Naf. He'll be picking up that secondary AWP for them. Of course, he was kind of the man who did that as well back in the Renegades roster, and that was something I always liked from them on this map, was him and Nifty picking those up. Now this time he's got Nitro to work alongside, and Nitro's peeking into mid. There is a man down below, that's Neckers, but right now his eyes are fixated up towards the rock. Just going to miss the timing on it. Now they know he's here, and Neckers trying to catch the timing, does find Nitro down in mid. So man advantage taken. And a few just unlucky peeks in from Nitro. Means that Luminosity find themselves in the driving seat right now.
Yeah, but sometimes the hardest part of being an AWPer is learning the concept of, you know, just if you don't have the angle, just give it up. You don't stick around too long, and he did just that. He was out with no smoke in front of him, no cover whatsoever, trying to make that happen for way too long, about 10 seconds too long. Elige here spots the leg. That's going to be an easy kill. So the equalizer is there, and Steel as well is pushed up close to these doors, but they've wrapped around. Naf thankfully has the AWP again into a 3-on-3, finding that kill that brings it into an equal situation and with a new angle as well, though flashed away. They're not aware he's here. Another kill for Naf in the back of the bomb site and the flick over. One left, and it's Cello to go down. A second for Team Liquid, and it didn't seem likely there for some time, but Liquid do somehow manage to take it away.
Yeah, Naf going to be throwing that orb back over to Nitro. So Devil setup does come to an abrupt end for Liquid. And one last buy for Luminosity into this round, as they attempt to try and take back this lead that they once had. They haven't tasted the sweet taste of victory in a while. The last 2 rounds have gone the way of Liquid. Nitro's over at long with the orb. Him and Steel swap positions here. Now making noise over on the platform at B. Luminosity just taking this round slowly. Have PKL at long. The bomb's now going to join him, and then also Cello keeping an eye on drop, because Liquid have shown a bit of an affinity with boosting a man up. Three players inside this P-bomb site for Liquid look to try and turn the tide as Luminosity prepare to push on in. They have 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs. That's a decent utility to have, but Yell's already been tagged down low.
Elige could ruin this whole day with just 1 smoke, and he's not actually going to throw it. He's blinded at the moment. He's got to keep his gun out. Naf misses everything. He misses them all, and he's going to go down. He's going to pay for it, and there's great kills coming out of Luminosity. And Twist now, everyone on Team Liquid missed their opportunity. They all had the fights they wanted. Just off by a half second. Flank is the biggest piece of danger for Luminosity to handle here. There's a kit on Nitro with that AWP, and he's at least keeping 1 player out towards stairs. Here comes a flashbang, hopefully allow Steel to make his move. He's going to peek out, take out one in the bomb site, the follow-up as well, and now they know where Showtime is. Steel's done it. He's given Nitro a chance in this one-on-one, swapping out to an AK. It's got to be a headshot. Showtime playing this patiently, playing it so well, and Luminosity is to 6.
Yeah, nice double kill at the end from Showtime. He has definitely been the man to step up for Luminosity across both maps now. He keeps the lead in their favor here. Of course, had they lost that round, it would have been an eco into the next. Then very quickly you're staring down the barrel of a 4-5 scoreline. Liquid forging together a few rounds there in the beginning. Nitro going to be holding aggressively in mid with the MP9. Steel once again also aggressive at long. But this buy that's been cobbled together, if you pardon the pun, is not ideal for Liquid. They've already lost Steel, and now Nitro has to go ahead and vacate mid with the MP9.
Trice asked the analysts what made Luminosity and just Brazilian teams in general, you know, good on this map, and why have they always enjoyed it. At least for Luminosity, from what we've seen, not only on Cbble but also on Overpass, one thing they do very well is take a good amount of map control very early on in rounds. Now, they've had the benefit of having control of the economy throughout this half, which has been very nice for them because Liquid hasn't had smokes in the choke points, but it's causing so many issues to this defense. They can never rotate inappropriately. Twist is here with 1 kill. It's a 2-on-3 now, but just too many bodies, too many different angles for them to deal with. And when you're Liquid and Luminosity gains control of those A-halls with, you know, 1 kill and there's 1:20 left in the clock, you have no clue how to rotate appropriately. You don't have any information of where they're coming. You know they could change that based on the information you do have. You know it's tenuous at best. And there's no way for you to get a read on this game. So Luminosity really, really punishing Liquid here.
Yeah, now we've come full circle. Liquid, they've got no money once again. The economy very much going in the favor of Luminosity. And Yao looks to try and capitalize on that much more, as he's got the MAC-10 out in mid. He's already all the way up into A. This is massive. He could get caught off guard. Steel's going to catch the timings. That is Yell dropped. And actually now Neckers is in a very tricky situation. As players either side of him, Naf just going to go running into the arms of the M4. Steel tags him down. Nitro moves into position to try and finish off the job, but Neck is not prepared to give them the satisfaction nor the M4. So it falls onto Twist and Elige. 2 versus 4. Wrapping in through long and the door. And Elige Okay, got a Mac 10 somehow. Twists. Okay, this is actually pretty big, although, oh, just as you gotta kind of get excited about it.
Yeah, you hate to see that, don't you? You hate to see it. Just because we've seen that kind of tapping with the CZ work so many times. That's going to be frustrating for Twist, but that's a pretty good example of how this half has gone for Team Liquid so far, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to Twist there. Everyone says, you know, CZ, most overpowered pistol in the world, apart from when I use it. That's always how it feels.
There's also that unspoken caveat that it's, you know, with the pros.
Yeah, that's
Don't feel
true.
bad. I'm terrible with CZ as well.
Oh, thank God. Well, there we go. At least we can be terrible together there, Jason, with the CZ.
I mean, I haven't played the game in like 4 months, so
Yeah.
on the other hand, you have no excuse, do you?
Oh, yeah, I'm a regular. So, you know, that's all good. I'm working on it. You'll catch me in Pro League next season, I'm sure. But here we go. That's going to try and hold back the coming tide of Luminosity, and that's a pretty good start. Him and Elige double down between them. Yell's already out on the platform. The rest of his teammates have been vanquished. He's here along with PKL. It's showtime to go ahead and double down, and suddenly the flank from Nitro becomes the defining point of this round. He's been able to drop the bomb, but it fell into the site. Luminosity, that is an advantage they'll gladly walk away with. Steel's starting to creep on in, though. And he looks to try and steal this round away for Liquid. Nitro drops down. The drop down, Steel's found one. Yell's left 1v2, and Steel is going to go ahead and find both entities there at the end. As Liquid pick themselves up a third. Stellar defense early on, and then a fantastic flank in from Nitro. Quickly apply the pressure, allowing Steel to win that out. Effectively 1v2. I mean, Nitro wasn't really there to help him there.
No, he threw one very nice flash for Steel, and these flanks that Liquid have been doing on both maps have, on the CT sides have really been painful. This was a great lurk from Showtime. I thought that was going to seal the round. That was really brilliant stuff. His patience in choosing the right moment to attack. Still not out of the woods yet, though, if you're Team Liquid. You do not have a lot of money built up, even though you just won the round. And equally, Luminosity is at the end of the road as well in terms of their money. So, I mean, this is huge. If Liquid want to make a comeback into this half, they need to win this round. If they don't, it's double save territory. Flashbang from Nitro forces away Yell. The Opper's looking to go head-to-head. Nitro with the angle. Looks like they want to try and bait out a shot. They don't, but he misses. And Yell, that's a very nice one to hit. Now Naf with a scout, actually. Gonna drop the smoke. But again, 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. And there's a 2-man advantage. Spraying through the smoke. Naf overstays his welcome. Tries to get fancy with the nade. And again, Liquid have to try and recover in a round.
And it's exactly what you said. I think it was about 4 rounds ago now. You kind of said how Luminosity is so good at taking this map control early on, and this is no different to that fact. Now, 2 men down, Liquid in an even more stressful scenario than usual there. There is a man here at long Elige, and okay, that's what we need to see from him. 3 massive kills, the spray transfer is there. And now, 2-on-2. Twist come rotating in and Steel on this flank. That could be the linchpin here for Liquid. Alternatively, Luminosity started to head his way. Steel's able to drop the first. Showtime left 1v1 at 10 HP. Bomb on his back. He's going to start the rotation into A, and he's going to have enough time to get there, although it will be running low as he smokes off the doors. Twist starts to rotate around. He knows time's of the essence, so he starts to put the pressure on. 8 seconds left. Going to go running through the smoke. Does miss the timing. Showtime's going to get the bomb down, but he has to immediately take the fight with Twist. He starts to close on in, but Showtime's going to land the shot. 3 massive kills from the AWP there. Although not the AWP, rather, but from the AWP. As Luminosity locked themselves in the 9th round.
Yeah, he's 16-4. What a game he's having. That's a huge clutch, and he neutralizes this play from Elige. That's got to be so gutting if you're Elige. You have that triple spray down to keep your team in the round. Even that last player dinked as well from the flank of Steel. And it's on to CZs. Liquid with only 3 rounds in this half. Gonna have to start their struggle with 4 CZs and the MP9. It's not looking good. Yes, one of the benefits they have is because of just the upgraded pistols, they've got 4 players with head armor, and on the other side, Luminosity, they've got a Mac 10 and a MP7. So not the biggest of advantages. Nothing you're going to write home about. Steel and Naf doubled up towards Halls. They really want to keep control and hold this off, and it's not going to happen. No kills coming out for the duo. Nitro's turn to get aggressive, try and catch someone off guard, but he's been spotted out. Yell does miss, but he forces Nitro away.
I mean, it might only be a partial buy-in from Liquid. Sorry, a forced buy-in from Liquid. But it's same situation as we saw in the previous round, Jason. The two-man advantage taken very early on for Luminosity. They still have 40 seconds left on the clock before they have to get this bomb down. They're going to start to head in it through along. And actually, just as you say it now, Nitro and Twist are both gone for the gamble into B, and they couldn't be more wrong. And this is the issue, right, with always being at this man deficit. They have to try and take these risks, and so far, every single one has been against them.
Well, I mean, you have two options. You either get aggressive to find information and maybe catch someone from Luminosity off guard, but, I mean, when the timers run down this low, you just know Luminosity is slow playing it and waiting for that exact kind of push. So once you don't have the ability to push and find information and get aggressive, you have to turn towards stacking a bomb site and just kind of guessing. And when a 5-on-3, Luminosity can easily devote one player towards the B bomb site, just lobbing flashbangs and smokes over. It's an easy way to fake because you at least force Team Liquid to kind of respect the possibility. And again, it forces their hand to make a decision. And this time that decision is incorrect. Cello going to turn the corner and he gets a dink. Nitro's down to 1 health. PKL here with a MAC-10 as well to try and take something away right at the end, but it's definitely going to be a 10th. Strong T-half for Luminosity, and you said it. They were going to take the. You said they were going to give Liquid their first loss, and it's looking likely.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Liquid wins versus Cloud9, Dignitas, SK obviously as well. Although that was a forfeit win. You know, they are undefeated.
But they looked
right
really good in that forfeit win.
Yeah, they did. Probably one of the best I've seen.
One of the best acceptances I've seen in a while.
Yeah, they love it, we love it. But, yeah, this is it. I mean, Luminosity kind of getting revenge for their Brazilian brethren who weren't able to play Liquid the first time around, perhaps. As they look to try and throw this first loss away at Liquid. Liquid desperate to not let that happen. They've gone for the partial buy-in here. MP9 up on a lead. She's going to be playing that over on platform, I think, down by the broken wall. Neckers starts to make his way out here long, and him and Showtime is so good at challenging this position. This time, Naf's been boosted up in the turret, and he has to act like one here. Has to be the sentry of Long.
No teammate to really be effective at baiting for him, though. He kind of has to be aggressive. They're going to check this. The jump up is there. He dinks both of them. No one's died. That's really awkward, but job well done from Naf. Showtime and Nekas both forced away, so no progress made, no map control gained. And that's actually a pretty big obstacle for Luminosity to overcome. 2 low HP players, a lot of time eaten off the clock. There's only 30 seconds remaining. They have to fall back in towards this B hit. Now they still have a large, overwhelming advantage here, but the opportunity for Liquid. They're doing great damage. They just need someone to clean up all these kills. They need to find it. Showtime. Nekas, even Yell being brought down to about half HP, but equally Liquid is losing out as well. Great shot from Twist. No progress onto the bomb site. There's only 13 seconds. Luminosity is being stalled out. Showtime has to make a play. 3 HP, but he's been the star. There it is. There's the opening. Can they get in and get this bomb planted? Nekas has to hold him off. Spam through the smoke is coming in. The kill's not found. Great hold from Nekas. Wrapping around these statues, another headshot, and somehow they might have just done it. Steel is the only one left, but Yell wraps around. Miraculously, Luminosity get an 11th.
And I mean, how on earth they're able to recover from that? That was such a weird round. The one that, you know, we actually see Luminosity denied that early man advantage, and the presence over at Long is the one that Liquid comes so close to winning, and it was an eco as well. So if they can replicate that success here, then, you know, there's a good chance we see Liquid find a 4th, but it all kind of comes down to denying that early pick the way of Luminosity. It's not even really about them finding it so much early on. It was just denying that much map control the way of Luminosity that made things get very tricky there. Well, Neckers, he's got showtime here in mid. They've changed their sights away from long. Nitro and Steel are both down. They've both gone pretty aggressive. There's also twists down here in mid. So it's a 3-man hold over towards A. Liquid haven't done this yet. Luminosity, they have to check the close angle. That flash is awful, but luckily enough, it did blind twist as well. Yell's going to answer back with the aggression from Steel, but Nitro still resides here. And as I kind of said, they haven't really gone for a 3-man hold. He's been allowed to wrap round into mid. Well, he's going to get found on the flank. And now it's all the pressure onto Nitro and Naf.
Liquid is just getting spanked so far. There's a nice double kill from Nitro. If Naf can get something done, he's out in no man's land though, and he's been blighted. Now they know exactly who he is, and he's got a scout. Perhaps the worst weapon possible, but he makes it work. 2 headshots. Oh, it's the hurt Naf! He's done it! That is incredible. No reason that should happen. A huge individual performance.
And you said, Jason, you said worst weapon he could have had. But not if you're Naf. That was fantastic. Probably one of the best sequence of kills I think we've seen thus far in this season of the NA Pro League. That was absolutely brilliant from Naf. And with that, maybe a bit of confidence instilled in Liquid. I mean, admittedly, 4-11 isn't the scoreline you'd want.
I mean, of all the rounds to win in that half that they had to fight with weapons, it's somehow Naf in a 1 versus 3 in a situation where he just can't miss a single shot, and he hits all of them with the scout. That's unreal. I mean, that overshadows the fact that leading into that round, he was 8-11. There was just not a whole lot of stopping power on this Team Liquid side in that first half. Showtime, incredible stuff. 19-6. He had that great clutch, I think, with like less than 10 HP, where he beat Twists in a 1v1. 128 ADR. That is stellar. So Liquid have their backs against the wall going into the second half, trying to remain undefeated, and certainly being tested in the first map, and definitely being tested here on map 2. We'll see if they have a comeback in. I'm pissed around, about to go live. 4-11.
Yeah, Liquid are now moving on to that T side. And can they use this ferociousness and confidence from Naf to their advantage here? Early on, they've spotted out Yell in mid. They weren't able to find much damage, but they've at least sent him back. They're going to start to aggress through long. Yell does hear this. He knows what's going on. He hears all 4 players running rampant over in mid. Still a decent utility up on Nitro for Liquid to use. And he's over towards B, so it looks like it will be a fake employ. Just making some noise over toward that A-bomb site. And that's kept Yell very far forward. First flash going to go out from Nitro. They're starting to creep on in. Bomb going to head in through drop. Please, he's found the opener. PKL's going to go down. He does take a nade for his troubles, but the man advantage picked up, and now falls to Cello with a couple of missed shots here. Neck is trying to back him up from Coop, but the ammo starts to run low, and Neck is back against the wall, going to fall. Suddenly, it's all on Yell, 1v5. And Liquid, this pistol round is crisp, and it is clean. And now it's Yell. You know, it's been fairly quiet this game. The man that we have pegged as the star of Luminosity, not expecting too much from him here.
Being that statue player on CT Pistons has got to be the worst experience. Like, if you miss like 3 shots, 4 shots, and you're being surrounded from drop, you're being pressured towards B from the platform, there's just nothing you can possibly do. You're forced out into the open from both different angles. You have to hit essentially immediate headshots, and that time it obviously doesn't happen. Liquid do stay alive with that pistol round win. I think losing that might have been a death sentence on this Cbble. 11-5. And even with the large lead, Luminosity decide to invest in the armor, in the CZs, and even a deagle onto Neckes. Yell the Opper. No armor for him, just a CZ. And for Team Liquid, they have got 3 SMGs to lead the way when they eventually do dedicate themselves towards one of these sites.
Neck is going to flash himself in here, and if he read on this. No, Naf picks up a first. Do you imagine maybe going to get away with a second? He will actually go down, but Twist is there to trade. And that's the beauty of the boost. Yeah, beauty in the boost. Potential hit film from Liquid coming soon.
Who's the beauty?
I mean, obviously Naf.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's, well, yeah.
Stick with
Let's go. Here's the peak coming on into PKL. He doesn't manage to stand his ground. Will fall, and as a result, Bomb can go down over here and B. They're still being very cautious. They don't want to risk throwing this round away because these CZs are pretty brutal. But with Showtime and Yell being so isolated from this site, the smoke's now nullifying any you know, sort of essence of a retake. It will be a 6th round for Liquid.
I know 11-4 seems like this kind of score line that's almost insurmountable, but it always feels like it's just out of reach. Team Liquid can do this without a doubt on the T side, especially just winning some of the crucial rounds. And it's huge, actually, that Luminosity invests here in the 2nd round and are going to be hindered into the 4th round, the first gun round. Yes, they'll have an AWP, but going to be light on nades. That can allow Team Liquid, if they're able to win that, go up 5-0, all of a sudden it's 9-11, and it's just one awkward reset away from Liquid grabbing control. And one of the things you have to remember about Team Liquid as well is there's that whole joke and meme in Counter-Strike about Team Liquid being the team that just kind of collapses when they get towards the finish line. We saw time and time again, they're no longer that team, as fun as it is to make those jokes at times. They've turned into a team that can grind these kinds of games out, and they've turned into a really, really tough team to beat down the stretch. So Luminosity still not out of it just yet, and they might have given Liquid the opening.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid did always used to look quite wobbly in that regard, but now they are definitely solid. They're on to a 6th round. So yeah, very quickly this scoreline can start to look more and more plausible.
Respectable.
Liquid. Yeah. And yeah, I think there is still that real chance. Down here in mid, it's just a stack from Luminosity. All 5 players here, huddled together. Trying to find the safety and comfort in one another to assure success in this round.
I think they don't have a flashbang, so it's not going to be any kind of aggression on this stack, but they're waiting to hear some kind of indication that someone from Team Liquid is going to move forward. And as you can see, when the nades are thrown, they start to get aggressive, and Elige is wise to it. Still can't win. And danger now for Nitro. Doesn't actually take as much damage as I thought, but good kill for Yell. But they've lost the B bomb site, and Elige, when he rotates back, or excuse me, Nitro, when he rotates back, will be able to pick up that bomb. But he's got to be careful. He's waiting to see what flank is going to come. And actually, that's a scary kill now, because it's Naf who's got to return, and there's actually been a boost. And it's going to drop down. If Naf goes down here, Luminosity in a 3-on-2, and the bomb is dropped so far away. A blunder for Team Liquid, and it may cost them everything.
Stealing Twists left, and there is 2 players here on the bomb. Neck is flanking round from behind, and I've been able to get rid of Yell, but Showtime is still here, and he's not going out easy. Finds that first, starts to form a retreat, and now it's all on Steel. He's only got 17 seconds to play for. He has to be quick here, and Neck is inside the B bomb site. Steel actually bypasses him completely. He's going to go charging in towards A. And Luminosity aren't wise to this just yet. They both start to make their way in together. Bomb's going to go down out in the open, and this could be the difference between a win and a loss. Showtime locks in a 12th round, a round that never should have been. Luminosity, they managed to get the job done. They save 2 rifles forward, and they win a round on the back of vanilla pistols and that 1 CZ and armor that was carried forward by Showtime.
I mean, not even that. They win the round based off the mistake from Team Liquid, leaving the bomb so far away. Everyone, when they take the B bomb site, when they realize it's a mid-stack, no one grabs the bomb. Nitro, I think, was meant to pick it up on his way over, but he never kind of committed to leaving that A bomb site. I think he wanted to protect that AK-47, and they pay for it dearly. That's a huge win for Luminosity. I just mentioned Team Liquid, a team that's able to come back and grind these games out. Those aren't the kind of mistakes we're used to seeing from them. So, loss of focus there for Liquid in 1 round, and they may all of a sudden get shut down because of it. 2 UMPs, 3 AK-47s. It's the nades they're lacking. No smokes for the T side. This has just got to be shock and awe with flashbangs over.
Yeah, but still 4 players here for Luminosity. It's going to be a tricky one. They've already got the UMPs up and past, though. Twist able to find the first. Yell's here. He has to make a stand, and he's going to go down after the first. Suddenly, it's all on Cello. He'll falter. Showtime doesn't stand the test of time. And Liquid, they're very quick to take a round back. The fast executing towards B does pan out for them.
All right, then. Yeah, I mean, I said it was going to have to be shock and awe. That's exactly what happened. Luminosity, the timing of it. One player with his back turned towards drop zone, not expecting any kind of a hit to come through that smoke. Cutting corners on the defense, gets punished.
Yeah, I
Liquid's,
mean,
they're right back into it all of a sudden.
I'm shocked and awed all in one. Liquid, they really lived up to the hype. Now the partial buy, the force buy, keep messing those two up. Don't know why. Been a long day already, and the only second map in, obviously. But they've gone for the full buy here. Yell has himself an AWP. Neck is onto the M4. But everyone else just relegated down to these pistols, and they have very little utility to work with. And Liquid are comfortable in this fact. They can whittle down Luminosity. You know, Luminosity, they're the ones that have to try and make a play. They don't have the utility to prolong any sort of offensive from Liquid. So as long as they probe into these sites efficiently, they can very quickly dwindle this this measly buy from Luminosity away.
Well, stack towards this B-bomb site is the right one to make. Yell going to be in chicken coop. There are Molotovs for him, and he does have one smoke to put him out if need be. But with so many players between Liquid and Yell, this could get deadly. Showtime can have a fast flank as well. He's already at the base of the ramp. That smoke is not timed as much as Team Liquid would like, and here it comes. Cello with the deagle, able to get one, tags up a second just a little bit, but here the rest of the players chiming in, and that's it. Yell is free to take shots and survive. Smoke down in towards the chicken coop. No Molotov raining in. It's going to be a nade. That shuts him down, but the remaining two players are here just with CZs. The hard part is done for Team Liquid. Now they just need to mop it up. 9 seconds. PKL peeks out, misses his opportunity. And nice work from Naf, holding him at bay. Team Liquid have to fight for it, but they do get their 8th on the board, and now with that purchase, Luminosity, this time they can invest nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of feel like, right, with that victory from Luminosity in round 18, or round 3 of the second half, and they only had the CZ, they only had the pistols, you know, it'd be very easy for Liquid to sort of, you know, stagger back and you know, everything to sort of fall apart on the back of, you know, a loss like that. But they've been very, very resilient here. They haven't allowed that to affect the mentality or the aggression that they've shown. They're still looking confident in these engagements, and it's doing well for them. Now they've reset the economy of Luminosity, so this looks like it's going to be a night, so they're still closing that gap.
Clawing back into it. Zeus close up on Nekaz. Ooh, he just barely misses. That's unfortunate. He had the chance. Some duels being taken at range, but it's just a matter of cleaning up these final few players. Showtime and Yell, the only ones remaining. The rifle salvaged, and actually great kills from Yell down the stretch. Just the USP. He's got 2, and Twist only has 4 health, so he can't take that fight. The rest of Team Liquid going to head over towards A. I think Twist just wants to keep him boxed in, and he's actually spotted him out, and it's an equal battle, essentially, and there it is. Twist wins it out. 4 health, finds all the kills. Another buy coming in for LG.
Yeah, Yell's got the AWP out, as did Nitro, though. He's going to have a counterpart on the other team. Yell doesn't have armor, quite crucially. Once again, players over here toward B. Twist can be boosted up. He just waits for the time being. Both Nekaz and Cello here, and Luminosity have shown their fair share of aggression over towards platform. This time they will be dissuaded from doing that. Is Yell to actually open up? Ali's going to falter over in mid. Yell looks like he wants to try and go back in, this time from a top of hut, peeking down into middle. One of my favorite angles to hold on this map, but still. is quick to find an equalizer. Cello doesn't last long, and now Neck is the man tasked with trying to trade this back. Will do so. Twists. Now have to follow. PKL, a quick double on the entry, and then that all falls onto Nitro. 1v4 back against the wall, and 3 players rotated in here. He has his work cut out from the bomb on his back. 45 seconds left to work with. He's on the platform, clearing the close angles. Now looks to try and drop down. No one from Luminosity giving him a way back into this round. He starts to meander down through short. PKL holding the angle. Gonna be spotted and finished off by Nitro, but will he be ready for Neckers? He's close within this bomb site. There's also Yell with the AWP holding the cross. So with no smoke to nullify that, it's a tricky fight to take, but a missed shot does give way to an opportunity. Neckers is quick to shut the door on that round, though, as Luminosity are back in with a 13.
Huge response from Luminosity staying in the lead. Showtime now up towards 22 kills. I want to get a timeout here as well.
Since we've seen him actually get a kill, though.
Has it?
Yeah, from what I remember, he's been at 22, I think, for like the last 3 or 4 rounds.
It's not ideal. Big kill that round was that one you could see on your screen. Neck is peeking up on B platform, spamming one player through the box. That actually keeps Nitro pretty passive, all things considered, and makes sure that split is only really a one-front attack. So that was a huge frag to get for him to allow his team to reposition appropriately. Team Liquid once again. They've had a lot of spectacular rounds that you feel should have closed this gap. But much like Overpass, it's like the roles are reversed. Luminosity, every time they get tested, they just respond very, very well. Double op set up now for the CT side. One last buy for Team Liquid. After this, if they can't turn this round in their favor, it's pistols from here on out for the Liquid side.
Yeah, the pressure is well and truly on. They're going to go fast into this B bomb site, and Cello and Necker start to dismantle this offensive already. Cello's in with 3, and just like that, once again, it all falls onto the shoulders of Nitro. The weight of that burden might be too much to bear. As he starts to creep on out, they go in onto him, and actually he's only at 2 before Yell is in with the trade. Luminosity find a 14th, and suddenly Liquid are thrust into the uneasy scenario where every round here becomes a force buy.
Yeah, I'm not even against that kind of call from Team Liquid, because we saw it work earlier in the half when they didn't have any smokes. They went for the kind of flashbang over the top. But this time, Luminosity had learned from their mistakes previously. Cello's in a position that's hard to flash, or at least none of the flashes that Liquid threw blinded him. And he's able to shut down the initial brunt of that attack. So 14-9, and another timeout coming out for Luminosity. This time they want to make sure that they're all calmed down. They all know how to close this game out. Realize you're at the end of the line and don't mess it up. Liquid, I assume they have force buy here rather than trying to rattle off 6 straight.
You're bang on with that prediction. 2 UMPs bought out. Decent utility belt, all things considered, for Liquid, although it's definitely not ideal. And already Steel, he's going to go ahead and take a nade on the chin. That is not the start that Liquid would have liked. He has been tagged to 55 HP. A minor defeat, though, as he will be awarded control of drop down almost for free. PKL just hanging around here by the window. Liquid just taking this round so much more slowly, trying to bait out some of this utility first from Luminosity, although not really applying pressure anywhere just yet. Now lining up a few smokes to try and facilitate this play into B. They will start to raid in. It was Neckers on Coop along with Cello to lock down the site in the previous, and Cello looks to try and do that once again. Neckers now steps up, man, and the backline Steel's going to find him 2-on-2, so it's not impossible for Liquid here. The bomb plot can come in. They're going to go ahead and boost up Showtime.
Well, they're going to try to boost him up. They've struggled with it.
Bit anticlimactic there, but, you know, appreciate it, boys.
Well, here it comes. Bomb's not planted, which is allowing them time to actually figure that boost out eventually. Smoke flash on Yell. He's got Nop. Steel is the main player they're going to have to worry about. Good flash, though, as well. And Steel's got a nade in his hand. He's actually not helping his teammate whatsoever. Big, big kill from Showtime. They need to know exactly where Steel is, and I think they do. Yell now creeping out of drop, and he's got the angle, he's got the peek, and right through the edge of the wall, Steel goes down. That'll be 15 for Luminosity. So close for Liquid. They'll have to try it one more time with the pistols.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen all sorts of rounds, all the rounds tonight.
At least they have Nitro, and Naf can actually get AK-47, so that's not the worst thing in the world. They can actually have some pretty strong purchases, and Naf actually goes for the Galil just to be able to have the utility along with it.
Yeah, it's not the worst buy ever, and we've seen him do more with less. Cello goes aggressive this time over on platform, although it doesn't lead to anything. The rest of Liquid are making noise, or not making noise rather, as they sneak their way up long. Covert mission here from Liquid, but Showtime tries to step up. He'll step down instead. Yell's going to be there to answer back, but they've started to make their way up into a Yell. Another missed shot out from him, and he's going to get Molotov back. Naf goes ahead and finds PKL, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3. Liquid in with a good shot with his turn. Luminosity almost looking hesitant there as to whether or not they wanted to keep pushing the issue on this one. And you imagine maybe if they don't find something soon, they might just opt to concede this round the way of Liquid.
Wouldn't be the worst idea. The worst thing that could happen right now is Luminosity run out of money at this juncture in the game, but they're going to go for it. Flashbang over, 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs as well, but they need kills. They need kills more than anything they possibly can get. And at this point, there's really no time left. That kill is going to seal it, and they all go down eventually. And even if they had found 1 to 2 kills at that point when they made that hit happen, I don't even know if they had enough time for the defuse coming in, and this is my point. Look at the money on the Luminosity side. They need to take a step back. Don't invest a whole lot into this round. You've got 5 chances to win this map, and you'd hate to drop all 5. That would make some people very angry, I would imagine.
I'm sure it would. You know, there's a few names that spring to mind. But Showtime's over here in mid. Okay, he's able to go ahead and find himself one. Now Yell holds down the angle, although Nitro's going to be quick to win that out. They keep pushing on in, and Luminosity, they've gone ahead and loaded all their eggs in one basket, rotating all 3 players around into this A-bomb site. Cello goes forward, and as a result, he goes down. Nitro just mopping up these guys. Neck is left 1v4. They know where he is. Okay. He was able to go out and get 1. Almost 2, but Naf doesn't want to concede. And Liquid, they will be on 2 and 11. Now the buy comes in for Luminosity. They can get the AWP up on Yell. They have rifles almost across the board. Neck is actually going to go ahead and take the hit there in favor of the extra utility in the defuse kit, which you do like to see. But it's getting scary now.
You do have to feel a little bit nervous if you're Luminosity here. Especially because your A defense hasn't been as strong as you would like. It's a couple rounds Team Liquid's been able to take advantage of it. They've shown they can stop a variety of hits towards the B-bomb site, and you can see they want to show they can stop A as well. 3 players in these halls, 2 stacked up on the hay. 1 Molotov could ruin the life of these defenders. Let's see if that comes to pass, but that is going to be the critical battle. This is looking like an A split. 3 players coming down drop, but if the bomb gets lost here, the round would essentially be all over. Nitro waiting and biding his time. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock, and there's the drop down from Steel. When is the call to go? It's right now, and they don't clear the corners. Good trades, but they go in the favor of Luminosity, and that should be it. 2 players in those halls now. Steel, the only one left to lurk, able to cut off rotations, but this has got to be a quick retake for Liquid.
Yeah, now Steel has actually been able to drop PKL. He was the man tasked with trying to hold that drop-down offensive. So now Steel is in the back line. Pressure's definitely mounting for Showtime and Cello. These 2 have been stars for Luminosity in previous rounds, and they have to try and do that once again. Showtime's up past the flash. Now started trade, and now it is all on to Cello. Cello's rotating around to try and help out. There's only 25 seconds left here. So Cello has to buy time. He's gonna take the fight onto Steel, and he wins that out with only 17 seconds left. Naf is up against it, starts to make his way in towards A, has to win the fight out versus Cello, tags him down, but Cello's gonna do it. And just like that, Luminosity will be winning out this map, and they will be bringing Liquid to their knees, causing them their first loss of the season thus far.
Yeah, off the back of a really nice T side as well. 11-4 for Luminosity in that first half. That's good stuff. We said they've been improving, they've looked better, and we were right. What can I say?
Yeah, there's not much else
I was
you can
including
say.
you three in that as well.
Well,
Just so no one gets hurt feelings.
You might not have been right about that, Jason, but we're here nonetheless to try to break this down, make some sense out of Cobblestone going in the way of Luminosity. Now, I don't want to say you guys said that that's not the way it was going to go, but we definitely saw a more fired up Luminosity here, coming out with a lot more tenacity right out of the gate.
Yeah, and again, one of the usual suspects when they play Cobble comes up once more to shine bright, and that's Showtime. I don't know what it is about Cobblestone that just ignites him, but every time Luminosity have played it so far this season, he's been probably their best performer.
For sure.
Which is not something you could say about the remaining map pool, really. But it's really good to know that you kind of have that extra player who can give an extra gear for you when you come into Cobblestone as well. And you definitely saw that having a great game. I think Cello as well, which he kind of highlighted as not having too great of a game just initially to start off the day, but just the season as a whole also came up pretty big. I think it's sitting at 92 ADR or even higher. So definitely two, I guess, unexpected heroes in the sense from Luminosity.
Yeah, and I feel we saw, especially when you talk about Showtime stepping up, you know, being this catalyst for them winning Cobblestone over and over again, always stepping up big time. And we saw once again the T-side of LG, you know, putting on that pressure early on Liquid, you know, playing fast, playing slow, playing pretty much into all the aspects of the game on Cobblestone, and really controlling the entire half, ending up getting 11 rounds. That's fairly decent against Team Liquid, who are usually a decent CT side on Cobblestone. It is one of the maps that are hard to defend if you don't have the money to it, but Liquid usually do well, but only getting 4 rounds and LG picking up 11, that's pretty impressive. And it's on the back of, you said it yourself, you know, Showtime, Chill, and even Yell stepping up a little bit compared to the other games. So it feels like LG are just feeling very comfortable on Cobblestone, and it's one of those maps that teams, as you said it before, they should seriously consider just taking it out of the map pool for them, because it feels like that's the only one that can win right now for sure.
Yeah, no, it really seems like I'm going to continue to be surprised every time it shows up in a Luminosity matchup, because it just doesn't make sense to me, because they don't have bad showings on that map, simple as. So yeah, that's definitely something for their opponents to think about. And also considering the fact you mentioned that Liquid only got 4 rounds on their CT side, and one of them was off of just a heroic round from Naf, right, with the Scout. So even there, you're kind of hanging on to a thin thread if you're Liquid, if that's kind of what you have to base yourself getting rounds off of.
I like to call those lifelines.
Yeah.
I believe would be the appropriate way to put it, because not every round can Naf just come in there with the Scout and blast stone people. But you know, that is something to look out for too. Unfortunately, it was not enough there for Liquid to conjure up a victory here over Luminosity. So it is a split tonight, Luminosity grabbing one map and Liquid grabbing the other. Which brings us now to our hot match of the week, which we'll be going into right after this break. It's going to be Cloud9 versus Energy, so make sure you're here with us when we come back.
Incendiary out.